I think the screen is visible. We have confirmed wherever we are. I welcome you to our very first session of the Tax Practitioners course. My name is CPA Innocent Mugisha. I'll be taking you through this training with other colleagues who will be coming in the future trainings. So I welcome you. For purposes of knowing where to get the materials, I think most of you being new, you may not have created your student account or training account. For that matter, you'll be allowed to create an account where we shall be sharing the recordings for each training we shall be having. And also we shall be sharing with you the working papers that you might need as a tax agent or consultant or accountant for that matter. And also we shall be having tasks. So we shall be sharing those tasks on those accounts. So no worries, you will be guided on how to create that account. And of course, all the lectures are recorded. You'll be getting a recording of each of these training sessions. So I personally, I am a tax consultant, or agent for that matter. I've been practicing tax for more than 15 years. I've taught taxation at professional level with CPA at ICPAU. I also teach the CTA, which is the Certified Tax Advisor course, being a tax advisor myself. At the university, I've worked with Uganda Matters University, where I spent almost the largest part of my career. Uganda Matters, you know it, the one in Nkozi, where I've been able to teach tax and also work in finance. So whatever we are going to discuss here, I have experience, I have hands-on, I have the knowledge. Use me as much as you can to also advance your career. Of course, besides that, I also work with the colleagues at ISE and Associates, which is a certified public accountants audit firm, where I handle the quality assurance and also give value to clients having complex tax issues. So in this session, we have people that, of course, who want to see how the course is going to work for them. So we have given them a trial version, and then we have the paid members or participants. Being the first session, we are saying, yes, it's okay. Come and see whether this will work for you and see the value that you're going to derive from the training. In this very, very first session, we are going to look at tax agency in Uganda. We shall look at several things regarding tax agency, including what is tax agency in Uganda. We shall look at the tax agents registration committee. We shall look at the procedure of becoming a tax agent in Uganda. You also start making money as a tax agent. We shall look at the appointment of tax agents, the procedure on the URA portal, how you can be appointed as a tax agent by a client. We shall be looking at how to start your own tax agency in Uganda. We shall be looking at how you can get clients as a tax agent in Uganda. We shall be looking at areas you can specialize as a tax agent. We shall be looking at some of the fees we charge as tax agents. I'll be, of course, deriving from experience, fees that you can charge as a tax agent. We shall be looking at the obligations and regulatory framework of tax agents in Uganda, and also bring in some other important issues to note as a tax agent. You will be dropping your questions in the chat. I will try to attend to as many questions as I can. And I expect these questions to come in as I make my presentation. So we shall begin by, of course, asking ourselves, what is tax agency? Before I go into this, I need you to take note that this is a hands-on training. We are going to train you from knowing what is tax agency to starting up a very successful tax agency, to also build on your network. Joining this training is one way of getting into the network and trying to see how you can start making money using the knowledge that you're going to derive, and maybe the other knowledge that you may have from other trainings. So the question is, what is tax agency? Tax agency in the context of Uganda refers to the individual or entity which is authorized by Uganda Revenue Authority, URA, to represent taxpayers in tax-related matters. These authorized individuals, who are yourselves or firms, are who we call the tax agents. Now, as a tax agent, you're going to act on behalf of your clients, helping your clients to meet their tax obligations. As part of the knowledge you're going to derive from the training, you will also be able to manage your own tax affairs, because some of the people we have here are actually here to ensure that, or to try and understand how the tax works so that they can manage their own tax affairs. In some cases, tax agents may also complicate things. So some business owners want to have the knowledge themselves. And yes, as a business owner, having the tax knowledge will also help you to smoothly work with the tax agent, because you'll be dealing with what you know. So the tax agent may not manipulate you. They may not say things that are outside what you may know. So joining this course, you may not be interested in starting a tax agency, but you simply want to know how to manage the tax affairs of your business. So it all starts with a tax agency. URA, in response to calls by the business community to try and help in smoothing the tax affairs of their businesses, decided to launch the tax agency program. This tax agency program was launched by URA to try and respond to the calls by various business people to make tax easy for them. So at least I can say that tax agents have done a lot to help the business community comply with the taxes in Uganda. So it's a very, very good thing. And you jumping onto this is timely, I should say, because as you can see in the media and everywhere, URA is tightening the grip on business people. Now it is no longer business as usual. People must pay taxes. URA is very, very tough. So your services are on 100% demand. So you coming on board is very, very timely. And the certificate we are going to give you will go a long way to help you act and be recognized as a tax agent. So what are the services that you're going to offer as a tax agent? As a tax agent, you provide several services, which include preparation and filing of tax returns for your client. You'll be able to offer tax advisory and planning. You'll be able to represent clients in disputes with URA. You'll be able to, you'll be navigating the tax laws and regulations on behalf of the business and individuals. And as a tax agent, you're expected to play a very vital role in ensuring compliance by the client with Uganda's tax regulations. And also, as a service, you provide professional expertise to the taxpayers who may not have in-depth knowledge of the tax system. So as you are jumping onto this, these are the core services you're going to provide. Preparing and filing tax returns for your client. You should be in position to offer tax advisory and planning for your clients. You should be able to represent clients in disputes. There are several, we shall be looking at several cases that are out there in the tax tribunal. So you can provide information, you can guide your client in case of a dispute. Again, as a tax agent, as I've mentioned, you understand the tax laws and regulations. We are going to train you. We are going to give you all this. You should be able to easily and freely navigate these tax laws and be able to advise business people or individuals where there is need. Next, we have what we call the Tax Agents Regulation Committee, which you need to note that as a tax agent, we have a Tax Agents Regulation Committee, the TARC, or the TAC for that matter, which is responsible for overseeing the regulation, the registration, overseeing the renewal, overseeing the cancellation of tax agent licenses. So as you go to work out there, you should know that your license can actually be cancelled. Okay, so you must do a good job. You can fail to renew your license if you're dubious. So the Tax Agents Registration Committee is responsible for renewing your license, is responsible for registering you as a tax agent, and is also going to regulate you, supervise you, and where there is need, cancel license if things are not going in the right direction. The Tax Agents Registration Committee also ensures that tax agents meet the professional standards that are required by URA. This committee is a body made up of the Commissioner General, URA, a representative from the accountancy profession, ICPAU, representative from the legal profession, as we are going to see, tax is almost law. And then we have two representatives from the private sector. The Tax Agents Regulation Committee plays an essential regulatory role, ensuring that only qualified and competent professionals operate as tax agents in Uganda. So the question is, how do I become a tax agent in Uganda? The procedure of becoming a tax agent in Uganda includes one, being qualified, having the right qualifications. The prospective tax agent should possess relevant qualifications, highly the accounting profession, taxation, finance, or law. Now, it doesn't mean that you should have a PhD in accounting, in taxation, no. The right qualifications, the right certificates, the right diploma, the right degree, the right master's, or even PhD. Why not? However, as you may know, government lowers qualifications as much as it can. Okay? So meaning that even those holding certificates, diplomas are also eligible. However, don't just sit back with a certificate and know that I'm done with it, or take it that you're done with this. You should try as much as you can to advance, because the more you advance, the more you can be given more complex tasks. Number two, becoming a tax agent, you need the experience. A minimum of 3 years experience in handling tax matters is typically required. This ensures that the individual or the firm understands the tax regulations, advisory services, and tax return preparation. The tax practitioner's course has been certified or affiliated. So it means that the certificate we are going to give you will help you get the educational qualification. You can start with the certificate. Then the experience, you can get the experience by starting small. You don't need the 3 years. Though we are saying 3 years are typically required, but even with a month, you can start. The clients you're going to get right now or tomorrow will help you build this experience. You must be consistent. You must provide quality work so that they can refer, as we are going to see ahead. But you try as much as you can to provide quality work. Try as much as you can to understand, learn more about taxation. Network. Already here is step number 1 to the networking. We are going to be sharing a lot of information. As I've mentioned, I have colleagues who are going to come in to add onto their experience, onto what we have prepared to discuss here. Again, as a procedure of becoming a tax agent in Uganda, you will need to register with URA. I'll be guiding you on how to fill in the form, which is available on the portal. You may not need to go to the URA offices. Everything can be done online now. Where there are fees, of course, you might be required to pay them. And then, of course, you go through the approval process and then you're certified. The good news is that the rejection rate is very small. As I've mentioned, URA has certified and affiliated very many of us to provide you with the certificate. So if you can get my certificate, you'll be able to get the approval. And of course, if background checks are required, I can give that second eye that is okay. I know this person has been attending, they can be certified. You have to be appointed as a tax agent. A client is required to appoint you, so you don't appoint yourself. Taxpayers looking to appoint a tax agent can do so through the URA portal by the following steps. I'll be taking you through these. Of course, you log into the client will have to log into their URA portal. Shall be seeing that. And of course, your account with URA is associated with your tax identification number. There's a password, you log in. Then you navigate to the tax agent appointment section. You appoint, you choose the tax agent from the URA approved list, which is now going to, of course, after you are done with this, you'll be on that list. And then your client will go ahead to select you, and then they will submit their appointment. So what does this one mean? It means that it doesn't end at only advertising yourself, at agreeing with the client. The client has to go ahead to appoint you as a tax agent. Now, of course, I'm going to give you other ways of acting as a tax agent. Whatever we are discussing here is the agreed position of appointing a tax agent. So how can I start a tax agency in Uganda? How can I start a tax agency in Uganda? I start to make some money. You know, things are becoming hard in Uganda. We need, there is a motivational speaker who was saying that we need 7 sources of income. We need 7 sources of income. So how can I make tax agency one of my 7 sources of income? So we are saying that starting a tax agency in Uganda requires legal compliance and operational readiness. 1, tomorrow, after this training, register your business. It's now very easy. Registration of a business is very simple, easy. I think you only need 250. These lawyers usually ask us for very high fees, but it's not necessary. Just start by registering your business with the Uganda Registration Services Bureau, URSB. You can start as a sole proprietor. I think there is what you call the SMC, single member company. Start as a single member, SMC, single member company. Okay? Or you can partner with another person who you feel you can work with. Or you can go for it. You can open up a limited liability company. Why not? But if all this is very costly, start as a sole proprietor, single member company. Then you might need to set up your office. You might need to secure a physical office location that complies with the local government licensing requirements. This serves as the operational headquarters for your agency. It will be very difficult for people to work with you if you don't have a location. So it will be very difficult. Yes, friends may work with you if they know you. They might work with you. This training is recorded, so everybody is going to receive a copy of the recording and also the future recordings. You may not have access to these materials if you're not a paid member. So only those who have paid we shall be able to share with you, and even the working papers. We have accepted to give you a discount. If you pay today, we shall give you a discount of 50,000. So that is really good enough for you. But those who are trying to record the communication is that the recording is going to be available to everybody. Only this one here, but the future ones we shall only provide the paid members. Okay. So if you pay today, we are giving you a discount. We are very, very willing. We are going to give you a discount. Pay today, then join this network. It's a big network. It's a big network, and we are going to make this money. Okay, we are going to make the money. By the way, what you're paying, you can even recover it with one client. Just what you're going to pay. One client is enough to cover these training fees. So I'm saying that it's going to be very difficult for you to get clients who cannot locate your office. Doing briefcase is not what I'm going to is not what I'm going to encourage you to do at this stage. Get a cost-effective location. Let people find you there. Then number 3, you might need a tax agent certification. Don't worry about this right now. You're going to start tomorrow. I'm going to show you how. Okay? If you see that this process is long of going to URA, then doing this and that, I'm going to give you the shortcut. But ideally, you would ensure that the business you have registered in number 1 is certified by URA as a tax agent. You're going to get more clients. That's the advantage of this. That if you're certified by URA, you get more clients. It's like us here at our school. Getting you, we had to get the affiliation, the certification by the means of education, and also National Council. Otherwise, it will be very difficult to convince you. Very difficult. But still, there are people who can train like us who don't even have that using a shortcut. So what I'm saying is that, yes, certification is important. It's going to widen your, of course, the people will trust you more. You're certified. You're going to get more clients because your name is already on URA portal. You can still use the simple way. We are going to start. All of us are going to start. Then obtain the necessary permits, acquire business permits like a trading license. You might need it for your business. And then register your business with URA and get a tax identification number for your business. Shall be talking about how to register your business for taxes. Now, as you know, tax is high risk. Why? Because high risk because of the fact that if things don't go right, as the tax agent, you are 100% liable. You heard that? As a tax agent, according to the Tax Procedure Code Act, the TPC, the Tax Procedures Code Act, a tax agent is squarely liable for any errors, for any losses. You see that? So, you might need to acquire professional indemnity insurance to protect you against that liability in case of malpractice or errors in tax services provided to your clients. You might need it. Now, how to get clients? How do we get clients? These are some of the ways, but you could also have your own way of getting the clients. Ideally, to build a client base, tax agents must implement effective marketing strategies, including networking, which I've mentioned that this is part of your network now. We shall be sending you opportunities. because there are certain clients we don't take on. So we always push them to our students, our uh, people that have trained with us. We shall be giving you, okay, because you might get inbox someone saying that, we've had you train people for taxes. We want you to get us by person. So such clients, we shall be pushing them to you. You give them a quotation and you work on them. So that is one way of getting a client, by joining this kind of a network. Then it is now time for you to become digitally present. You can develop a website. Today, the websites are easy to get, very cheap. Or if this is costly, you can simply use social media. It is now time to make money from your social media following. I know you have been putting your wedding pictures, your pictures when you are in Dubai. Now it is time to clean it up. If you want to use it for money, those pictures, you may not delete them, leave them there. But now show people that you can act, you can work on their tax related matters. Get a strong LinkedIn profile, get a strong Facebook page. Now we have Twitter, which is X now. Build your digital presence using those profiles. Very, very important. Of course, that's going to show that you're credible and you're out there. You're not going to disappear. Then, as I mentioned, the clients you work on, make sure you give them quality, because that's going to enable referrals. Encourage those satisfied clients to refer others to your services. Whenever you finish with the client, make sure they fill in that form. The feedback. They can even help you that you did not do well here. You can improve there, and then ask them at a scale of 1 to 10, would they refer someone to you? Then you'll see whether someone is saying that 80% I can refer, or 60% I can refer, or 20%. Then try to probe them. Why are they not satisfied? And always try to ensure that you satisfy your clients. Otherwise, they will not come back. They will also tell other people not to, and then, of course, it's going to limit you on getting clients. Build partnerships with accountants, lawyers, financial advisors who can refer clients needing tax services. These lawyers have very many clients who need tax related services. Of course, some lawyers are now very intelligent. They have the department that handles taxes. They are training in tax related matters or content. They are getting the content and they can now do it. But it doesn't mean that they are not, we don't have lawyers who may not refer. There are many that will send you clients. Local advertising, quite expensive. This one I may not really, maybe online, but you may not need to go into the newspapers. From experience, these newspapers may not really, they are so expensive for no good reason. Try to just try to optimize your LinkedIn profile, your Facebook profile, your Twitter, get more followers. You get the clients. You get those organic clients who will come inbox. Then always attend those workshops by URA, and where you can showcase your expertise. And of course, in that way, you'll be attracting more clients. Now, as a tax agent, as a tax consultant, as a tax accountant, advisor, you may not do everything. You might need to specialize in a particular area. And we do that very many times. So here we are saying that tax agents can specialize in various areas of taxation, such as personal income tax. You can specialize there, like become an expert in filing people's returns, payee, self-employed persons. You can attend to that. That can be your niche. Tax agents may also specialize in corporate tax. There's a lot of money here. Tax compliance for businesses, including VAT, corporate income tax. I'll be training you in that. Customs duties. We shall be discussing all this. This is what you're going to get out of the course. You'll be comfortably able to file these returns. Tax agents may also specialize in customs and excise tax. Very few people are here, by the way. Very few. Yet, very many businesses are willing to give you money to help them handle issues related to import export. There's a lot of money here, by the way. A lot of money. As you progress, you may not start here because there's a lot of training you need here, which I'll be giving you part of it. But of course, as you're starting with personal income tax, corporate, I'm giving it in some kind of it's a ranking, eh? I'm trying to rank in this order. Personal income tax, this one you're going to get people even tomorrow. Those who are, those who need returns, tomorrow you're going to get. Today is what? Today is 13th. 15th, people need to file returns. I think you, after this training, start advertising. You can do returns. Okay? Then corporate, as I've mentioned, a lot of money is here. As you're going to see, customs and excise, a lot of money is here that you can make. Tax dispute and resolution. Here, you can represent clients in tax disputes with URA. Again, you charge clients on that. Lawyers are doing well here. Lawyers are doing well here. Tax audits and compliance. This is now for the auditors, those who have now certificates. You can conduct internal audits to ensure tax compliance and help clients avoid penalties. So select your niche. Wherever you go, you're going to get clients. The market is wide, members. The market is huge. Okay? If you see a person who has started, support them. Don't compete with them because the market is huge. Support. I'm willing to support anybody. Anybody who is starting this, I'm going to support because you cannot compete with me. My clients can never be your clients. My luck can never be your luck. You get it? Some of you are connected, are over connected more than me. So why would I compete with you? I cannot even break that competition. I cannot break your network. So if you see someone starting, support them. Don't compete with them. Just support them. That's why you're here. I'm giving you all the knowledge, all the 15 years knowledge I've collected in tax. I'm going to give it to you. Because if I keep it, now I keep it, how do I benefit by keeping it? I'm going to give you all the experience, all the challenges I've faced, how you can, troubleshoot those challenges, how I got out of them, how I handle different complicated clients, good clients, how I took, it's all going to come into this training. I'll be bringing in testimonies from my other colleagues who have done it to support you. The mistakes we have done, you shouldn't make them. Okay? The mistakes we have done, you guys should not make them. And then we have discovered that we started somewhere, yet we would have started in another way. We shall be sharing that so that you don't waste a lot of time doing try and error. Next are the fees we charge as tax agents. What are some of the fees that we charge? All right. So here we are saying that tax agents may charge fees based on the complexity of the tax. Okay? Tax agents charge fees based on the complexity of the task. Now, You're going to charge, understand the task that is before you. A client has come to you. What is the task? What am I required to do? You can charge an hourly rate, which are ranging between 50,000 to 300,000, depending on the service and the agency's experience, and your experience for that matter. So, to be honest, with 15 years in practicing tax, if you don't have 300,000 per hour, I may not work on you. That is the standard I have set. That's why I'm saying that I'm going to get clients who have 50,000. So I'll throw them out there. Whoever can may pick them up. So ask yourself, what is the task? Is it about understanding a certain complicated issue, getting information, compiling the information, consulting a lawyer? Because at times you may even need to consult a lawyer. You might need services of a certified public accountant, an auditor. You might need to use a connection in URA. So you must consider all these things. Don't ask 50,000 for purposes of asking for 50,000. Look at the task. So one way we charge is we charge an hourly rate. We look at the task. It's going to take me how many hours, then I charge. In some cases, we charge a fixed fee, like filing pay as you earn. Every 15th, you want me to file for you your returns. That's okay. I'll charge you a fixed fee. I don't need to charge you an hourly rate. So typically for standard services such as tax return filing, pay, VAT, fixed fee. But how much is the fixed fee? On average, people charge 200,000 per return. 200,000. If you want me to file for you, pay 200,000, send it, I will file for you, and we are done. Getting a tax clearance certificate, 200,000. Doesn't take long. I can get it for you. If it has issues, I can understand them and maybe escalate the issue. And then we can go into hourly rate to troubleshoot the issue. But if it is simply getting a tax clearance certificate, I can get it for you at that rate, fixed fee. In some cases, we charge a percentage of saving. I look at the issue. Like previously, I had to work on a 1 billion tax issue. When I looked at this issue, I could save this guy 800 million. So he had to only pay 200 million. Okay? So it's that kind of thing. I'm saving you 800 million. You have an assessment from URA of 1 billion. You have a strong letter with strong words. You're scared. Your business is going. I'm saying, no, it's okay. I can handle this. I can help you save. So for services that result into tax savings, we charge a percentage of the amount saved. I charge 10%. So if I'm saving you 800 million, my 10% must be ready. And please don't do those things of you will pay later. No, let them look for your 10%. Then you know that your 10% is on the account. And then you start troubleshooting the task. So you can charge a percentage of the saving. Then in some cases, we accept retainer fees for ongoing services. Businesses may engage us as tax agents on a monthly basis or annual basis for a monthly annual retainer. So how much you're going to charge, that's going to depend on the amount of work you're going to be doing with a client. So you might find that at the end of the day, you're doing different things, you're charging differently, and you're also earning decently. To be honest, friends, tax The field of tax is where you can live a decent life. It allows you to live a decent life. Tax issues are not going to end today. You can build a successful business and transfer it to the next generation, to the next generation, to the next generation. As long as you can start it, you can rewrite your life again using this business. Next, we are looking at the regulatory framework. Do we just do it anyhowly without any regulation? The answer is no. We have a regulatory framework. As you're doing this business, you must adhere to legal and regulatory standards, including complying with URA guidelines. You must adhere to the URA tax laws and filing requirements. You must adhere to the code of conduct. If you want this business to pass over to your children, to your next generation, you must ensure that you follow the ethical professional code, including confidentiality and also accuracy of the work that you do. With this training, we are going to help you acquire these skills, how to be accurate in what you're doing, confidentiality issues, and so on. Annual returns. You will be required to file annual returns with URA and also renew your license regularly. There is no way you can be a tax agent when you personally, you are at default. You must be clean to be able to help others. Anti-money laundering laws. Very many tax agents don't know that this is key. Agents must comply with the anti-money laundering regulations. It is an obligation of an agent to report any suspicious activity where necessary. Yes, we have confidentiality, but we don't want you to be an accomplice. Okay? So ensure that you comply with these regulations. Then continuous professional development. Tax keeps on evolving. You must stay updated on any changes in tax laws and the industry trends. We shall be sharing a lot of information with you every time there is a change, even if it is a proposal, even if there is a member of parliament who has gone on leave to draft a bill or a revision in the law, we shall be letting you know. We shall also be telling you the implications of those changes in the tax laws and the industry trends. Other important issues include confidentiality. It is important that as a tax agent, you keep the client information as confidential as possible. Ensure data protection. When a client engages your services, make sure you open a file for them. Open a file for them and keep that file separate from other clients. Technology. URA has digitalized many processes. So being familiar with the e-system, e-tax system is essential for you as a tax agent. As part of this training, we are going to build your capacity in using the e-tax system. And as a gift to everybody who has attended here, we have given you a totally free training on IFRS. So you're going to go to our website, look for IFRS under courses, enroll for free. Okay? So that you're not going to pay for that. IFRS free. Go to our website, go under courses, enroll. Start on it. You learn how the IFRS system works. We shall be giving you a certificate at the end of that free course. So that one you can do it anytime. But the Sunday one is the core now. This is the core. Shall be meeting here to discuss tax, to learn tax, to get the right skills. Legal risks. Tax agents can face legal challenges if they provide incorrect advice or misrepresent clients. Please, I know the money is sweet. The money in tax is sweet. It is immediate and sweet. But please do not be tempted to misrepresent facts. Whether you go that way or this way, slow but sure, you'll get the money. Just be patient. Just be patient. I've painfully chased away clients because of the way they wanted me to do their things. My name has been built over years. I cannot lose it in a single transaction because I need, 400 million. Someone is promising you 500 million to use your connection, to use your knowledge to do this. Say, no, I can make that 500 million. I'll sweat, I'll make it, but in the right way. So you should know that there are legal risks if you give incorrect advice, if you misrepresent clients. Networking and learning, ongoing professional development and networking are key to growing a successful tax agency. Okay? You must network. And as I've mentioned, this is the first network. Tap into our network. The market is huge. You're not going to exhaust. You cannot say that I'm going to get all. You cannot. That's why we are here to share with you our network, to share with you our knowledge, and also, good enough, we are recognized. We are going to give you a certificate that will stand by you and you can present it. So basically, those are the other important issues. Now, from my presentation, you must have noted that becoming a tax agent, there are so many steps, red tape. How can I start today? Now, besides being a fully-fledged tax agent, you can start today by working as an employee of the client. You don't need to go to office of the client. You don't need to. You can work as an employee and sit on a particular return. Okay? So, as an employee, URA will allow you to represent your employer. Very many clients of mine on my book have been acquired through that approach. When I see that the direction of tax agents is a little bit difficult, I accept to work as your employee. In fact, I can be your employee. Some of you are business people. Some of you who are here, you are business people. I can work as your employee. Not as a tax agent. I'm going to give you a reason why. Number two, I can work starting today. You can start today as a tax advisor, as a fully-fledged enrolled tax advisor of the client. It is also allowed. So I can go to URA, handle your tax-related issues as your tax advisor or consultant without being without going through the entire agency onboarding. So you can start today as an employee of your client or as a tax advisor or consultant of your client. Now, why is it that very many people doing tax agency or tax business in Uganda take this route of working as an employee, working as an advisor. Why? The reason is within the tax law. As I've mentioned, according to the Tax Procedures Code Act, a tax agent is squarely 100% responsible for any tax loss, tax fraud by the client. Now, if you become suspicious of a client, friends, don't go into the engagement as a tax agent. You can only go into this engagement with a client as a tax agent if you have understood the business and environment of the client. Very many clients in Uganda have bad tax history. I can use the word rotten tax history. And if you're not careful, you might fall into that trap. You find yourself, you're paying a tax liability or fine because you did not know. So friends, don't rush it. First, work with this client on a single transaction. It can be a single return. If you come to me today, I can work on the September return. I can work on your September return. And I take full responsibility of the September return. Until when I understand your business properly, what you're doing, what your intentions are, and then we can upgrade the engagement. So, as a piece of advice from my own experience, how I've managed, start as an employee of the client. Start as a consultant of the client. As a consultant, you don't need to sit at the office. As an employee, you can be, this employee who always appears when tax transactions have come in. So with that, I want to wish you all the best. As I've mentioned today, most of you don't even have the right to ask or the right to unmute because you wanted to see how the training will go. So this is how we are going to be doing it. Every Sunday at 11:30, we are going to train you for 2 months. And at the end of the training, we are going to give you a recommendation and a certificate. And then we send you out there to go and start making money. Don't wait for the 2 months period training. You can start today. I'm very happy that there are some people who are already on the program that have started getting clients. If you get a complicated client, get to me. We can troubleshoot the client together. With my own experience, with my own certificates, we can use that to troubleshoot any complicated tax matter.